Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is author Andrew Snorton. You're joining me for the Fast 15. Appreciate everything as we were having some issues going live, so we're just going ahead and going to, plan B. But I hope everyone's having a good day, good week. You're looking forward to the upcoming holiday and a couple other things. So to stay connected with me, make sure to add me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton. And when you click on the link in the bio for Instagram, it'll take you straight to my Linktree, which is Linktr.ee. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Just a little, it's been an interesting time. But again, Author A Snorton on Instagram. Click on the link in the bio for my link tree, which is linktr.ee /Author A Snorton. When you click on the link in the bio and go to my link tree, it will give you the current newsletter, which came out yesterday. All the website information, social media, the information on the coffee collaboration with Fonte's Coffee, archival editions of the Conversation Corner done with the Status Network, and more. So make sure to go ahead and check it out. Like, share, add, comment, inbox, all that, and then some, as I thank you guys for just bearing with me. So before we get into today, just a reminder, the first Wednesday of each month is when I'll pull a selection from a fellow author. Yes, I like to share stuff from me, but we know there's some great authors out there that have done some great work that you may want to check out. So I'll make sure the first Wednesday of each month I share a selection from a fellow author. So if you or somebody you know has written a book, or you what have you, make sure to just email me at AuthorASnorton@gmail.com, or you can inbox, and we'll go ahead and take time for that first Wednesday of each month to go ahead and recognize some other great authors doing some great things. So again, as we always do, we take moments to kind of pause and reboot and acknowledge not only folks who are coming along well, but folks who are struggling. So if there's anyone that's out there, as we know, life is lifing, anyone that's going through a physical health or mental health challenge, a financial issue, a relationship issue with family, friends, or community, or is just not in a good space and place, we want to take time to acknowledge you. We want to take time to let you know that, yes, we care. Please slow things down. Take the time you need to identify what are going to be the most constructive best steps for you. So if it requires professional attention, please get the professional help that you need. If it requires you kind of changing up, how you do things, changing up your routine, the people you're around, all that type of thing, please identify the positive things that you need that will help you with your holistic or overall growth. And understand that everyone might not understand, what you're doing, why you're moving the way you're moving, things along those lines. But seriously, as long as you're in a space and place that you're making steps towards getting closer to where you're trying to go, and if where you're trying to go is somewhere constructive, please make sure to do so. By the same token, we know there's a number of people enjoying positives. Some might have come off of a great trip, being around good people, experiencing new things, experiencing, professional success, personal success. Physical health is better, mental health, you're in a good space. So for anyone that has experienced some type of positive, whether event or string of events, that's putting them in a better holistic space and place, we acknowledge you. Definitely take time to celebrate. We know it's a holiday, so while you might have a little bit more leeway in celebrating, don't overdo it so you don't hurt yourself. And feed off the positive energy. Definitely feed off the positive energy. And let's acknowledge and recall those who might not be doing so well, because that could be us one day. So today's topic is going to come from a fellow author, and this is going way back in the archives, which is really actually not only just good for Father's Day, but any day. So this is by Eddie Levert Sr. and Gerald Levert. So many people remember Eddie Levert Sr. as one of the artists behind the OJs, Gerald Levert from the group Levert. And it's a really powerful book that I had to take time to reread. It's called I Got Your Back. And this was co-authored just prior to Gerald's passing. We know the Levert family got hit with both of their sons, Gerald and Eddie Jr. transitioning, and what makes this book pretty powerful, if you definitely want to get the dust off and give it a read, that it's really covering about the energy of love, fatherhood, family, and friendship. So it's a lot of candid conversation, but a lot of open conversation just to help kind of plant seeds and things along those lines. So I'm glad I decided to dust this one off, and whatnot. And actually, I'll share something in the end. But I want to pull from chapter 10 from this book. So again, our book for the day, I Got Your Back, which is basically a reflection and memoir from Eddie Levert Sr. and Gerald Levert. And this is a quote from one of the tracks that Gerald Levert did from Love and Consequences. But this is actually pretty intriguing. And this chapter was done at the photo shoot, which was Gerald Levert's last photo shoot. So here it goes. I'll care for you, be there for you. I'll share with you. I'll understand. I'll be your friend. That's my definition of a man. I'm going to run this back one more time. I'll care for you, be there for you. I'll share with you. I'll understand. I'll be your friend. That's my definition of a man. So that quote is pretty powerful and pretty timely at any time. Yeah, caring for people, man, I tell you what, caring is sharing, as they say. And when you care for somebody, you are showing a measure of compassion, kindness, respect, acknowledgement. Sometimes it's easier said than done, because sometimes, we do hold ourselves back based on previous experience, and we don't know how the other people is going to receive it, especially if it's not always delivered in the manner that they're used to or things along those lines. But caring for someone and just trying to show up as best as possible. I know there's times that, to varying degrees, all of us get criticized when we don't show up, or we're not at every little thing or things along those lines. But I think you make the most honest effort you can to be there, to be available, to plug in and pitch in as best as you can. Share with you. Wow, that can be anything. Some of us men kid around if, we're out on a date and we go out for dinner and we get a plate, and then our woman colleague or what have you always like samples, a section or what have you, or they actually sample more than a section. But that's something that I laugh about in regards to sharing. But it still comes in sharing your time, your talents, things along those lines. I'll understand ties in with one of the best quotes that I've ever heard. When you talk, I listen. When I talk, you listen. And what are you doing? You're talking so people can understand what you're thinking, why you're thinking that way, and things along those lines. I'll be your friend. Now, I know the meaning of friend, kind of gets a little bit twisted. We know social media, your connections are your friends and things along those lines. But I think, a friend, definitely someone who makes the most honest effort they can to just be supportive, encouraging, all those types of things. And that's my definition of a man. Now, it may go a little bit deeper for some, but I think this is definitely a good starting point for people who have that track record in arts and entertainment. They're like, hey, based on what we see, this is what's going on. So I want to give shouts to Eddie Levert Sr. and the late Gerald Levert. I got your back. Glad that I have this copy, and since I'm in the office, some of you may not know, but I don't mind sharing. Sharing is caring. This is a time at, the Shrine of the Black Madonna. So I got to hit them up. The Shrine of the Black Madonna in Atlanta, where I got a chance to meet and greet and pick up this great book. So definitely try to check it out when you get a chance, or get it on back order, things of that nature. So a couple quick announcements and stuff before we wrap up. To catch up with me, before that, shouts again to the good people out at the Hunt For Foundation as I was in Lincoln, Illinois for the Juneteenth Festival back on June 19th. Thank you to them. Thank you to the Lincoln Public Library. I also want to give a shout and thanks to the Springfield and Central Illinois African American History Museum, as they were kind enough to include all of my books in their collection. Shouts to Akibalon Bookstore in Nashville, Tennessee, who's also carrying my books. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Fonte's Coffee, as usual. They are so kind, so patient, so encouraging. Make sure to get the Author Andrew Snorton blend by visiting fontescoffee.com. Click on the menu for special collections, order mine, and then when you check out, make sure to check out the nonprofits that you can support based in Metro Atlanta as well as Louisville. So thanks to the entire team, especially this past Saturday, for really going above and beyond. So I gotta acknowledge people have been kind and helped me and been patient with me. This coming Saturday, July the 6th, it's at Track, Georgia, which is in, I want to say it's in the Summerhill neighborhood of Atlanta. Join me as I'll be part of the inaugural fun run and walk presented by the iconic Iota Zeta Sigma chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. It is done in memory of one of their chapter members and sorors, Ms. Angela McGuire Bowles, who is an avid runner, walker, who passed before she turned 50. A portion of the proceeds are going to support the American Heart Association, so help to continue to provide advocacy, with looking at heart disease and stroke, which a growing demographic who's impacted by that are African American women, Black women. So make sure to check that out. You can look at the article that was done on the AuthorASnorton CCS on Instagram. So make sure to check out that article, check it out, like, share, support as best as possible. So catch me on July 6th. Catch me on August 3rd, as I will be in Virginia for Social Butterflies, for the Butterfly Walk, to help raise funds and awareness for those who are living with lupus. In my I forget the other, I always mispronounce it, fibromyalgia, I think. But check it out on the social media and things along those lines. So if you're in VA, definitely make sure to make the road trip. If you're, in the Tidewater area, so Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk, make sure to check it out. Hey, for those of you in the DMV, make a field trip for the day. It's not that far of a drive. Help support a great cause and what have you. So those are the two main things on the calendar. We're working on a couple other items for July and August, so definitely stay tuned. Remember to check out the newsletter that comes out twice a month. So the current newsletter is available when you click on the link in my Instagram bio, and the very first thing is the newsletter, which covers events from July 2nd through the 16th. Of course, a general thank you to everybody who is liking, reading, reposting, all that type of thing, sharing, supporting each and every one of you. And I got to give a shout to my man, Mr. Jackson Johnson of Action Jackson Lawn Care. Make sure to shout him out if you're in Central Illinois in Lincoln. So he was kind enough to support for the, when I was in Lincoln for the Juneteenth Festival. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that might be just about it for today. So again, to stay connected with me, visit me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton. Click on the link in the bio, which is my Linktree, linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. That way you can stay connected on everything that's going on. Real quick thing though, tomorrow, July 4th, we know July 4th, 1776 is the date that the colonies declared independence from Great Britain. We know it's been an interesting journey across the board, but please take time and ask yourself, what does that mean to you? And what can be done to make sure that all citizens, all folks that are here, are treated with a measure of dignity, respect, decency, and kindness. Sometimes that gets lost, and especially during a political cycle. Another thing to remember is July 2nd, yesterday, marked 60 years from the day of the Civil Rights Act being passed. From what I've read, it has to periodically be renewed. So please be aware of some of these things. It's something that impacts everybody. We automatically think of the African American community, and rightfully so, but we have to think of other ethnic groups and demographics as it affects everybody. So we have to keep a watchful eye on things. Only thing I'm going to say politically is just be informed and engaged. Research candidate platforms, get a sense of what they're doing and how these things can impact you in your neighborhoods, your immediate community, your cities, your states, and beyond. I know we get all riled up and all that type of thing, but big picture, we have to figure out a better way to live together, or we're going to perish together as fools. And I think all of us have done enough foolish things, so that's my political moment. So, as we get ready to call it a day and enjoy this holiday weekend, remember, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious, keep it moving, take good care. I look forward to seeing you guys real soon.